Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Mystical Mediumship. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos. My gratitude is very much appreciated. Showing gratitude is the best way to raise your vibration. And that's just by liking a video. So I genuinely appreciate it. And thank you for subscribing as well. So, today, what I was getting was I did some premeditation, and I'm gonna do it again today or this evening. Was that there's a lot of what some people may be confused when we talk about ego versus our higher selves. And what do we mean when we say ego? I'm not referring to Freud and all of that psychology. What do we mean when we say the ego self and the higher self? And what does that actually mean for ourselves here on earth as souls and our soul journey as we have these experiences together right now as human beings and as souls that last and have forever, infinitely. Our souls are all forever in existence. And as people right now having interactions on earth, trying to get through everyday life. So those are things I think that people are trying to understand, because it can be somewhat confusing when people will say, oh, it's your higher self, it's your ego. Great. Can someone explain it to me, please? So I thought that it'd be helpful if someone explained it or attempted to explain it. So that's what my spirit guides were saying, was help those who are slowly going through a spiritual awakening or starting their journey to explain it for them. So I'm going to take a moment and just connect with them, and we can talk about this together as a group. Remember, we're all connected together. There's no judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone, so everyone is always welcome. So our egos are things that are what we are experiencing here in the 3D world. And when we say the 3D world, we actually mean living here on Earth. So when we say 3D, there's different realms, and every realm is all here. Everything is in the same place. That's why we talk about vibration, right? Everything is energy. And energy makes up everything. Energy makes up my clothes. Energy makes up the chair I'm sitting in. Energy makes up every realm, everything around us, and everything feels, right? So the 3D realm is what we would consider this actual ego realm, if you will, this earth school that I had talked about, I think, in a few readings ago. I think it was like about like past life regressions. Why do we need it, or something like that? So it's the actual human experience. That's what the 3D means. So that's where our egos are. So our egos are the ones that go about our everyday experience, the ones that go to work, worry about paying bills, are stressed out about kids, stressed out about relationships, stressed out about family, stressed about holidays, stressed out about where they're going on vacations, stressed out about paying for medication, stressed out about in-laws coming to town, stressed out about that they don't have in-laws, how are they going to explain that they're still single and it's the holidays, how are they going to explain that they actually don't want to get married ever in life, stressed out because they found out that they're just pregnant for the 6th time and they thought they were done at 5. Those types of things. That's the ego. That's the ego, right? So we all have that because we're all human, and as souls, we all come from the same place. We all come from Source, from the light, from God, from Allah. However you choose to define it, it really doesn't matter. It's whatever resonates with you. But as a soul being, we all have souls. We all come from the same exact place, right? And our souls are infinite. They always have existed, and they will always exist because we all come from the same, I'm going to call it source. Source. We all come from source. Just to make it easy, I'm going to use the same term, but it can be the same. You can use whatever term you want. For this talk today, I'm talking about source. So we all come from source. So our souls keep learning and learning and learning. So our souls are different than our ego. Our souls come into the human body to learn, to take that knowledge, to then go back to source with that knowledge where we really exist. Here, we're just gaining knowledge in these lessons that we had predetermined, like I had said previously, with our guides and our team, because our souls live on forever. They never stop living. So when we talk about our higher selves, people often think about our higher selves as being the ones that just is like our intuition. Our higher self is the one that has that insight, that gut feeling that you will get sometimes of like, I don't know if this is a good idea. That premonition, that dream you have that may be foreshadowing something. People have always interpreted it as that's what your higher self is, which it is, but your higher self is much bigger than that. So, an example that I'm seeing to make it very simplistic for understanding reasons is a kid's sandbox. So, if we think of a sandbox as source, and we all come from the same sandbox, right? And our souls are in there. All of our souls, we all are there. It's infinite, and it's unconditional love and happiness. It's just unconditional love, right? That's all it is love. And it's this extremely high vibrational love and light that is something that our own human minds cannot quite fathom, other than thinking of the most loving moment you've ever experienced, or the most amount of love you've ever experienced in your life. And that's probably like not even close to like a finger tip of what that love is like. And that's what the sandbox is like, right? So if we want to come to earth, our ego and our higher self is like, we take out a scoop of that. If we don't take, we sift and leave we sift. So some of the sand stays in the hand. We drop it back in the sandbox because we're going to leave some of our higher self in the sandbox. And then the rest, we're going to pour it out into our human bodies with our souls, right? So some of that little sifted sand, let's say, like that size, we left up in the sandbox, up in source, in the 5D, the realm where all our guides are, our guardian angels, sources, our ancestors, where everybody else is existing and living with that unconditional, infinite love and wisdom. And we're down here, slugging away, trying to make it day by day. But if we get in touch with our higher selves, we don't only have access to our own intuition and thoughts, we can actually tap into our higher selves that are also still in the 5D or connected with our ancestors and our spirit guides, because part of our soul is connected there. That's why when we say we're all connected, we all are from the same sandbox. All our souls are connected in that sandbox and through unconditional love that we can't even comprehend. And so is our higher self, because a little bit of our higher self stayed up there, because our higher self was part of that, right? Well, our soul, we wrote the script that we wanted to come down here and learn. Part of our higher self, that higher intuition level of knowing, stayed up there, knowing we would want to connect and tap into ourselves, saying, what am I doing down here again? I need some help, I need some guidance. So if we're struggling, and if we're struggling to connect with spirit guides, with family, with friends, with psychics, with mediums, we can always connect with our own higher self. We can always do that because it's ourselves, it's our own soul. So we can always connect with our own higher self for that guidance we may need. And that's why we left some of our little bit of sand up in the sandbox. So there's this nice little tether that we still have up there to where source is, if you will. So it's beyond just having that intuition. It's also having that connection to the higher realm. So you can still tap in for guidance to yourself, to your higher self. So that's why it's so important to raise your vibration and raise your frequency. So the question would be, well, if I'm living in my ego space most of the time, how do I tap into my higher self? How do I get there to help answer some of these questions? How do I do that? That would be very difficult if I've never done that before, or that's not something I really know how to do. So, the Spirit's saying there's a couple simple things you can do. Gratitude is such an easy way to raise your vibration. So, all you have to do is start showing gratitude every day. And gratitude is not a monetary thing. It is literally every morning or every night, or just every night or every morning or in the middle of the day, whatever works for you. It doesn't really matter. You can have a journal, or you can say it out loud. List 3 things that you're grateful for. And that starts to show gratitude. And it's not, I'm grateful for my Prada bag. I'm grateful for my Ferragamo shoes for the gentleman. It's not materialistic things. It's, I'm grateful for the fact that I get to see my family next weekend and I haven't seen them in 6 months. I'm grateful for my good health. I'm grateful for the beauty in nature. I'm grateful for the love of my spirit guides. Even if you're not able to see them, you know they're with you. I'm grateful for my ability to write. Maybe you're a writer. I'm grateful for my ability to paint or draw or whatever abilities you have that you enjoy doing. I'm grateful for the time I get to read a bedtime story to my children at night. Whatever it is that resonates with you, you don't need to write a book. You can write 3 things, or you can just say 3 things in your head. And it could be morning, noon, or night. But that's all you have to do. And do that consistently every day. And that shows gratitude. And that helps raise your vibration. Another thing is to get in touch with your higher self. We always say, oh, go within. Go within. Well, if you've never gone within, you don't know how to go within. So going within means, and again, we all live different lifestyles. So I'm giving examples for people who need time to make it easy. So it can be 5 minutes and you can put on relaxing music that works for you. I listen to different types of frequencies that can raise your vibration when I meditate, but you can put on music for the spa. You can put on music that sounds like the ocean. You can put on whatever sounds relaxing to you and close your eyes and just monitor your breathing. And so when you breathe, you want to breathe in, and I usually breathe in, take a deep breath in, and then I hold it for an extra count of 2. So some people might only be able to breathe in 3, like hold it, breathe in, but you really want to take in the deepest breath you possibly can and count it, and then slowly blow it out. And then just start to get your breath slowly in sync. And do that for 5 minutes. And then just ask, with your eyes closed, I'd like to connect with my higher self. I'm here to get in touch with my higher self. That's all you have to do. And nothing magical is going to happen. It's not like your higher self's going to come in dancing in front of you. That's not what happens. All it is starting to raise your vibration and your frequency. And with that, you're going to start to feel a shift in energy and a shift in change. And when we shift our energy and our change, better outcomes start to happen. So someone might call you for a better job. You might get a promotion. You might have a better connection with your partner. Your friendships might improve. You may make a new friend who is on the same journey as you, and you can start to talk about these things and learn and grow together. You may actually mend a relationship with a family member you've had a falling out with. You might actually get that home you've been wanting to get because maybe someone who wanted to buy it couldn't buy it and now you can. So as you start to do these things, your energy shifts and your vibration starts to get higher and higher and higher because you're moving away from just that ego-based self and you're trying to connect more with your higher self, which again moves from that darker, lower energy we talked about last time to that higher vibrational energy. And as you do that, it starts to improve everything for you. So when you get in touch with your higher self, your intuition improves. You'll start to listen to your gut feelings. Your dreams might tell you things. An ancestor might show up in a dream that you've wanted to hear from. Spirit guide might show up. So things like that will start to happen for you that will give you guidance in life that you've been seeking that maybe you yourself were not even aware of. but you will also shift from that ego base of, well, I'm only defined by the car I drive. I'm only defined by the purse I wear. I'm only defined by the suit and tie I wear. I'm only defined by the sunglasses I buy. I'm only defined by what neighborhood I live in. You'll start to move away from such materialistic things and start to realize that what matters more is how you treat people, how you actually love, um, compassion, empathy, how you treat animals. That is what really matters in life. And you'll start to live more from your true soul-based purpose, and you might start to uncover what your real purpose in life is and resonate with new things in life. If you get in touch with your higher self, move away from heartbreak, from always losing jobs, from maybe dating the wrong people, marrying the wrong people, falling out with friendships all the time. And you'll move into happier times the more you try to get in touch with your higher self. So you will be in touch with that sandbox because you are in touch with, tethered to that higher realm of unconditional love, because we all are within our souls and within our hearts. Just most of us are not aware of it. And once you become aware of it and you tap into it, you can't go back. You realize how beautiful it is and how loving, and you start to really have a shift in everything, and your life really does improve and you see everything differently. So hopefully that helped some of you who has some questions. If you have any questions or questions on what kind of meditations you might want to use, if you prefer a guided meditation, I'm always happy to answer a question and reply to comments and things like that and give you some suggestions. So feel free to reach out anytime. I wish you a peaceful, beautiful evening, and thank you again for liking and subscribing. Good night.